Hey guys, it's the Comics Kid, and welcome back to Our Life Beginning and Always. I'm having a hard time, like, keeping up with everything. Because I feel like, God, when did I last record, not record, because that could have been, like, ages ago. When did I last upload this? I'm sure Future Me has it on screen, and you guys can check as well, but right now, I don't know, but I'm guessing it's been a long time. And then the same thing happened with Night in the Woods, 6 and 7. I'm having a hard time keeping everything together. But yeah, so I did not mean for Our Life Beginning and Always number 7 and Our Life Beginning and Always number 8 to have such a long distance between each other. Sorry about that. Also, like I said in my post on Wednesday, I'm going into a break. This is the last video that I'm gonna do before this break. It's just hard on me because I'm playing like catch up with like 5 different things, and like I get momentum on one, and like all 4 fall behind, and then I'm like, shit, I gotta do the others, and then try to play extra catch up with those, and then everything else falls. Like, fuck. Yeah, I just desperately need this break. I tried to not make this break happen. I like tried super hard. I want everyone to know I tried super hard so this break wouldn't happen, but I desperately need it. I didn't say I thought I could have sworn I said this in the recording, but I guess not, for Pokemon White 2, but let me know if you guys would, like, in the comments, if you want that, me talking about the comic video that I suggested in that video, in the comments, because I'm willing to do it. It's just, I just genuinely don't know if you guys would enjoy it or not. So I guess with all of that out of the way, let's get into this. Your fingers drummed on the surface as you waited, your gaze trained on the phone. You were waiting on a call tonight, specifically from your cousin Leandra. You didn't want to miss it accidentally. Your uncle, aunt, and Lee used to live many hours away. Your families only saw each other a few times a year for big occasions. A while back, though, they moved and were closer to you than ever before. You now hung out regularly. For some strange reason, my brain was just like, yes, this is a Sweet Home Alabama situation now. I highly doubt that, but my brain was just threw that out. So I'm like, fuck. With school being out, you're positive she's gonna want to come over a lot. The two of you were the same age and got along well. Okay. Future me, how old is she now? Cause I remember being like, oh yeah, Cove's like 13, 14, like 14, 15, and I'm like 13, 14, and I want to say Bryson? Anyway, I want to say like he was like 11, 12 type of thing, like he was. Anyway, I'm going with Bryson for right now. He was like 11, 12 because of all the heights, and it, like height completely forgetting, like, Cove and I are taller than most. And I checked the wiki for their ages and couldn't for Cove's age, but I can't remember his age, and I couldn't really find an age for me. So this is gonna be a good way for me to remember the ages. She used to be really fond of Elizabeth. No, fuck that. She's Lizzie. Of Lizzie too, but now that your sister has become allergic to interacting with her own family, it tended to be just you and Lee who spent time together. She was your only friend who was a girl. Being family helped make you close, but you had a lot of girlfriends. Yeah. Yeah. I had, when I was, like, younger, I had, like, a good amount of, like, friends who were boys and friends who were girls, and friends who were the creatures from the deep. So, or not creatures from the deep, creatures from the void. That's what I always call them. Ah, you're neither boy nor girl. You're a creature from the void, or the abyss. It's either the void or the abyss. Even though you weren't a girl, you befriended them pretty well. You also had a lot of non-girlfriends. You didn't have many non-girlfriends. Yeah. What kind of gender someone was didn't seem to make any difference in who you got along with. Yeah, I didn't care. Were you a nice person? Did I like hanging around you? You were my fucking friend. Then the shrill ringtone announced an incoming call. You jumped before grabbing the receiver and pressing it to your ear. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, Bill. It's Lee. I'm glad it's you. For a second there, I thought it might be one of Elizabeth's friends. There was static on the end, as if Lee was shifting wherever she was. So, can you believe school's actually over? I thought it'd never be done. Now we don't have to do any of that boring stuff, and we get to hang out whenever we want. Speaking of hanging out, Lee, can you hang on a second? Let me just head into my room.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead. You got up from your seat at the counter. Luckily, the phone was wireless, so you didn't have to worry about any cords tying you down. Your mom's had a rule about not moving the phone unless a call was in progress, which was why you'd been sat by its cradle waiting for Lee to call. I mean, it's kinda stupid, but in a lot of ways it does make sense. Okay, if I was the moms, I would have, like, a rule of, like... If I was the parents here, I'd be like, don't take the phone unless you're, like... Unless you're in a call or anticipating a call. Don't take the phone if you're not going to use the phone, type of thing. Like, if you're going to take the phone, then yeah, you can just, like, to call someone, yeah, that's fine. If you're taking the phone to, like, receive a call, that's kind of fine. Just give people heads up so we don't think we're wrong. I don't know. I don't hate it. It's just a bit weird. It's weirdly worded, so I'm like, so I guess it makes sense. It was nice to keep everything in its proper place. But now that Lee had called, it was okay for you to go upstairs to your bedroom and talk to her. Yeah, like, you can have the phone, like, you can, like, come down, take the phone, and go back up to your room and call someone. Just don't keep the phone up in your room, type of thing. Like, just, once you're done, bring it back down. You made your way up the stairs, smiling. After you arrived, you shut the room, you shut the bedroom door and firmly behind you. You took a seat on your bed. Alright, I'm here. Cool. Hey, did you know the girl down the street from me has her own phone now? A cell phone. She doesn't have to wait for someone else to stop using it or anything. Oh, wow, really? The thought of someone having a phone that was all their own seemed unbelievable to you. Fair enough, I guess. Right? I wish I had one, but my parents said I couldn't get my own phone until I'm more grown up. I wish they changed their mind. We could call each other every single day and no one would be able to stop us. How great would that be? 'Cause I love you, but I don't love you that much. Really great, but wouldn't I still be using a home phone? Too bad that's so far away. I mean, this, I guess? We could even stay up late talking about whatever we want. Lee sighed thoughtfully into the receiver. At least they said I could have it someday. I can't wait. She sighed dramatically. I bet I'm not gonna get one until I'm all the way in college. How old? Wait, yeah, we're high schoolers, right? Yeah, you definitely should have one by now. If I'm going off of my own experience, most everyone should have a phone by now. If they're all freshmen, I would say like 70% of, like, my classmates had, 70% of the freshmen I was in class with, had phones. And then by sophomore year, the rest got phones. Wow! Okay, this is really interesting. Squeezing the phone between your shoulder and your ear, you puffed up your pillows and made you more comfy. And made yourself more comfy. It was strange to think of a time when normal school would be over and you'd have to choose whether or not to go to a college. School was such a big part of your life right now. Studying didn't come easily to you, though you tried hard. You worked about as hard as most people and got pretty average results as well. You never tried much, but you still didn't do that bad. You didn't bother at all in school, and you were yeah. This one's really me. Everything in your classes came easily to you. You worked hard for your excellent grades. I'm gonna say about this because I feel like if I click this is gonna go down a negative route. So I'm gonna go with you worked about just as hard as most people and got pretty average results as well. You guessed that was reasonable enough. You felt a lot of pressure to get higher grades than you did last year. You hoped to do just as well this year, but it wouldn't be a big deal if they dropped some. You were confident your grades would remain great. You had no plans on getting excellent scores. Yeah. If I get good scores, then great. If I don't, then okay, then I fucked up. That's fine, type of thing. Like I don't care. It just wasn't something all that important to you. Yeah. You tried to sound engaged, but your mind had decided to go back to school despite the season. Lee knew you all too well to be fooled. You sound so spacey. What's up? Just thinking about school. Lee groaned. Are you thinking about how we don't have to think about it because it's summer? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm looking forward to go back. Let's make a petition for more vacation time. It's so awful. I hate going. Come on. It's not so scary. It's not too scary to think about. More vacation time. Yeah, everyone in class would sign it. Maybe some of the teachers too. Though I guess school isn't all the way bad. You can do some good things there. You can just do more when school's... Yeah, that's the problem with Western school. You can do more when school's not in play. You remove school, and suddenly, learning's better. I have such a problem with school. Learning new things can be cool. Yeah. The problem is being forced to learn something is hard. Like, yeah, I need to learn about math, science, history, and all that. But why do I need to learn geometry if I'm not going into a job that needs geometry? Why do I need to learn about the Industrial Revolution unless that's a hobby of mine? I don't really care about the Industrial Revolution. Like, and yeah, having PE is great, but like needing to... God, this video is making me think of all the bad memories of school. Because another problem I have is none of the schools talk... Like, elementary, middle school, and high school don't talk to each other. Because and college as well, because in elementary, we were told that dance was required. And we had an entire PE class learning how to dance. And it sucked, it was annoying, and we were just constantly getting yelled at. When we got into middle school, no dance was required at all. In all 3 years, in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, there was no dance. I think in 8th, dance finally became a thing, but it was an optional alternative for PE. No dance was required. And then in middle school, English... They said, you have to learn all these words because your high school is going to require it. Because high school is going to require you to know these words and to know everything. And got through high school. None of the words were required. No one enforced needing to put the words that I learned in middle school in. None. Hi, future editing Bill here. Just wanted to quickly pop in because I just remembered this as well. Oh my god, this annoyed me so hard. It still annoys me, but it annoyed me more so back then. But in 6th grade, I had a teacher, I'm pretty sure it was an English teacher, who taught other stuff other than like English, and when I say English, I mean like literary stuff, like how to write and like all of that. Just clarify for people who's like, what the fuck is English? I thought you writing. When I say English, I mean writing. I had a teacher who back to back I was in the same class, and she made not just me, she made everyone get up, scramble around, and sit in different places. If you had the same class back to back, you had to have a different seat because that's what they were going to do in high school. What they didn't do in high school was exactly that. No one, unless you were a problem kid, no one enforced seats. You could sit wherever the fuck you want. And even if you fucking had 2 periods in the same, like back to back, you could still sit in the same goddamn seat. It was annoying as shit and fucking redundant as hell. I am still pissed and annoyed about it. I hate school. I don't know if you can tell, but I hate school. And then obviously there's this won't fly in college, and then everyone posting it flying in college. That topic's been done to death, but like none of the school. I have a lot of problems with school, if you could not tell. Anyway. Learning new things can be cool. Gym is pretty great, though. It's the easiest way to hang out with people not in the neighborhood. Yeah, this is my view on school. It's the easiest way to hang out with people. Because that's all it is. That's all I like. If you were to ask me a positive for school, I would say I get to hang out with people. Cafeteria lunches at my school could be better than they had any right to be. There's nothing good about my school. It's the easy. This. If I didn't go to school, I never meet anyone new. No one really comes here. Uh-huh. And like, learning new things can be cool. I just wish everyone did okay with how they taught the things. Just not some people. Do what? I am not understanding what she's talking about. But like, some of the things I learned in school were cool. However, they were, like, you would spend a day on them, and then the next day it would be, alright, time to go back to what we were learning before. So I was in a arts program for high school, and I wanted to be in the arts program, thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna offer up so much variety, it's not gonna be the typical high school. It wasn't, but I was right about that, but, like, a lot of the other stuff I thought about, it just was not true. Sophomore year. From like for most of the not quarter 3, for most of the spring term. There we go. It finally came to me. We had to learn about Macbeth because the theater kids were doing Macbeth. I am not a theater kid. Macbeth did not interest me in any fucking way. So I just was like, I just did not, I could not really handle, just Macbeth. I just didn't like Macbeth. So I just did other stuff, like I slept, or I drew, or I just did not pay attention to Macbeth. But there was like I want to say there was like a day where we spent analyzing poems, or something. Where we were sent on our own, like, we were just like, alright, you need to find a poem, you need to do a little bit of research on the author and what you think of what the poem was about, and then in a separate document, recreate a poem relating, like, basically, like, hey, If you think this poem is about the author's life and how she struggled with it, write a poem about that for yourself. Or if you thought this poem was about the author's pet, then write a poem about your pet. I fucking loved that shit. I would have done that shit like 20 times over, but we spent a day on it.
Me too.
Well, thank you for saying that. The food was pretty crap unless you didn't really go to... Across the street, basically across the street, I should say, from my high school, there was a food cart area. Everybody walked towards there because the food was so shit. Like, anyone who had money, or if you could convince someone to buy it for you, or just whatever, everyone went to the food carts instead of the food court. Because the food did not taste good. The problem, quote unquote, was it was only for seniors to walk. Only seniors could go off campus, walk across. Problem with only seniors is that there was 3 ways to get off campus. So they tried to block off all the areas, but people just kept finding ways to get off campus and go to the food carts and eat there. So they eventually just gave up. Technically, it was still only for seniors, but they knew everyone was just going there for food. I can't really talk positively or negatively on gym. It just wasn't interesting. And that's pretty much all. And that's pretty much everything that's good about school. Okay, point taken.
Alright.
Now, I decree the topic of school is officially closed. We have to talk about this summer first before we start plotting the rest of our lives. I've got some plans already. Ooh, tell me. I'm gonna visit my cousins. You chuckled, of course. What's something you want to do? The first thing that comes to your head. Spend time with Cove. That legitimately was kind of like my first thought. I want to spend time with people. I want to get I've got new art supplies, reading. I'm gonna catch up on movies and TV. I'll probably spend time at the beach. I don't want to do anything after. I just spend time with people. People, huh? I hope that means me too. You lean back in your bed, settling in as you continue chatting with your friend. Even though it hadn't been that long since you saw her and you'd be seeing her soon, you found plenty to talk about. For one, the events of the day. You sat up straighter. I wish I was with Cove and Derek! That's his name! And we met a new kid today. Like, at your neighborhood? Uh-huh. His parents are visiting family, so it sounds like he'll be around for a little while. I don't know how long, though. What was he like? Mean. He kept snapping when all we were trying to do was talk to him. He just kept being rude to everyone. But especially Cove. It was awful. I don't think I want to meet him. Yeah, no, you don't. You want a boy to stay away before even meeting him? That's an unexpected twist. Your cousin was pretty popular with the boys who knew her. She seemed happy enough to have them around until they started to annoy her. Hey, who are you to talk? You gave practically all your attention to boys, or maybe just one boy. I see how much you like Cove. Shut up. You got me. Yeah, that's a special case. I don't give him all my attention. You weren't able to say anything. Oh, she got you good. I'm gravitating towards I don't give him all my attention. Lee laughed at your denial, deeply amused. Even though she couldn't see you, you shook your head at her, grinning to yourself. There was a stomping noise approaching your room, heralding the arrival of your irritated older sister. She flung the door open, a frown etched on her face. How long are you gonna hog the phone? Glancing at your watch, you realized that your quick call had gone on much longer than anticipated. Elizabeth held out her hand, the other one lodged on her hip. She noticed the realization on your face. Time's up. I'm on a phone call. I'm still using it. Not anymore. You don't get everything in the world. Yeah, but you don't get to butt in our conversation and say fucking sorry. Neither do you. I'm not the one asking for it. You had your turn. Now you want to get now you want to get mine too because you were first in your dream. I will get Mom's. I glared at her. She glared right back before whipping around and shouting out your door.
Hey!
Mom! Bill won't give me the phone because it's... Give me the phone and it's way past my turn. I'm in the middle of a conversation! She hollered back up the stairs. Mom hollered back up. She hollered back... Okay. Let Elizabeth have her turn. Sharing is caring and you only get rights to the phone if you use it responsibly. Oh, okay. Everyone. I'm annoyed at everyone. You had heard her. Fine. Leah, I have to go now.
Bye.
Okay, see you soon. Tell Elizabeth and your moms I said hi too. You barely press the end call button when Elizabeth whisked the handset from your fingers and began dialing someone new as she strode out of the room. Your ma's voice called from downstairs. Hey, has anyone seen the phone? I'm using it. With that, she shut your door behind you. Silence was left in the wake. That was one way to end your first day of summer break. Sometime later, it got dark outside, and you laid in bed wide awake. Your window rattled all of a sudden, startling you bad. You flinched, staring at it with furrowed brows. From your vantage point, you only saw the moon and an open sky. You were... What had caused that noise? Cocking your head, you sat up and moved closer to the window. You wanted to get to the bottom of this. To your utter shock, your gaze was met by a pair of familiar ocean blue eyes. Cove? You squinted. Yep, Cove was right outside your window. Your house was pretty angular, and some parts stuck out further than others, so it theoretically wouldn't be hard to climb around on. Still, just because someone could didn't mean you expected it to ever happen. To his credit, Cove was doing fine. His feet were braced against a section on the wall that jutted out, his arms flexing with the effort to keep him upright. He easily lifted a hand and waved at you from the other side of the glass. Cove, what are you doing? You hurriedly opened the window. Cove climbed over the ledge, releasing a breath once he was safely inside. Hey, Bill. Oh, I fucking love these two! Oh, I love these two, and oh my god, and I love the dialogue in this game. What are you doing? What's up, Romeo? This sure is a surprise, but you're always welcome here. Is everything okay? What happened? You're lucky I didn't start screaming. Amazing, my dreams have come true. Oh my god! What I would typically do is like, what are you doing? Is everything okay? Like, is everything okay? I would, instead of is everything okay, what happened, I would say, is everything okay? What are you doing? So I'm just gonna go click on what are you doing? Visiting? Why? I wanted to see you. I figured this was the only way. If I rang the doorbell, I know your moms would have answered and they just make me go home. I didn't really want to explain why I was coming over anyway. I don't want to talk about it. Well, besides with you, I mean. But that's why I did that. As unexpected as this one, you were touched. Cove felt like he could tell you what was wrong. And we're going to find out what's wrong in the next video, because that's a very good ending spot, and I have shit to do today, so I am ending it here. Haha, fucking fuck you. You get a cliffhanger. Ha ha ha! Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you guys liked it, please leave a like, hit subscribe. It would really help me become a big YouTuber. Excuse me, Starman. I apologize for the burp. That is currently what I'm working towards. Ring the bell for notifications to see more videos on Art of Life Beginning Always, or just any videos in general. Art of Life Beginning and Always is an active series. Some other active series that I'm still going through are Psychonauts, Broken Age, Bendy and the Dark Revival, Marvel Rivals, and Pokemon White. Some finished playthroughs if you just want to binge an entire playthrough, or if you only have time for a one-off. Some of those are bloopers and things that got cut out. Undertale, Indigo Park. I have done Pokemon Cries and the Mermaid's Tongue demo. So yeah, so with that, I will see you guys in the next issue. See you.